This is the story of a Let's Player called Bram. Bram spent most of his time recording Let's Plays, editing them, and maintaining BBJ Publishing, which is his YouTube channel. He has covered all kinds of games, crusading the open skies, venturing forth into unknown lands, and traversing the mysteriousness of unknown places. Now, he starts a new adventure.
Hi guys, and welcome. Remember how I started this Wacky Wednesday thing? Yeah. So, I have a friend who plays the game. I've seen a Let's Play of the game. I've seen so much of the game that I wanted it, like, I don't know, almost as much as Portal 2, to be honest. Now I finally have it. Yay! However, this is, to be fair to you guys, this is my first time playing it. I waited a long time to boot up this game for you guys. So, you're welcome. Anyway, you are now playing the Stanley Parable. Let us begin! Also, I need to turn up the volume just a little bit. The end is never the end, 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 that is never the end, is never the... Now this is the main reason I like this game. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a big fan of paradox games. Stanley Parable, sections of Portal 2, and sections of Portal 1. It's got that sort of humor of paradoxes. And, well, snap, I know I had a third example. What was it? Man, these loading segments are long. I'll cut these in future episodes. Ooh, almost done. And that's all they wrote? Nope. There's still more to this book. Or parable. Come on, it's 3 minutes into the video. Just start already. Great. Already I'm getting emotional at the game, and I haven't even seen one section of it yet. The opening cinematic hasn't even started yet, and already I'm going, ah! Here we go.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-winning, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Also, if you'll excuse me for a second, I just realized I don't have closed captions on. Where did I get closed captions? Field of vision. I'll be back with you guys in a sec. Here, closed captioning. There we go. Alright, so hi guys, and welcome to the Stanley Parable. I hate Mondays. Yeah, so do I. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't know if the... Let's see. Been here for about an hour. So, let's go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, I guess it's possible he missed a memo. Memo. 416, 415. Sure that's not the meeting room? Looks like a meeting room. Apparently locked. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Well, Mr. Narrator, you haven't steered me wrong yet. I'll follow your orders. Hey! 413 left the monitor on. Ugh. I'm gonna have to report him to the electricity manager again. 411. Here we are.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
You sure that's the best way to solve a dispute with a coworker? Yeah, that's it's actually pretty calm. Okay, what are they up to? Target demographic: teenagers. Sure. Things, money, more money. Things, but with money to buy more things. Graphs about things plus more money. Number of slides. Okay, this is pretty good. Synergize car. Muttonize, free to play. How do you do that? With advertisements, of course. Okay. Nah, we'll go there later.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
All right. Huh, the receptionist isn't here either. She usually is. He, I forget.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have
left his
known
bag.
was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
You know, narrator, you leave subtle hints on how to solve these problems. Wow. Entire area over here. Okay. Loading, 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 load, loading, loading, load, loading. Loading. Oh, great. I'm just copying Disney at this point.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It
Why?
was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Spooky.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Mind control facility? But that wasn't in the contract! I have to talk to the manager about this. You know, there's a lot of weird things here, but the most weirdest, there is light coming from the ceiling. There is no light on the ceiling. I'm sorry, am I the only one who ever thinks about lighting situations? Okay, moving on.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Looks like they're powering on. Oh, this way. You know, the missus has been asking for one of these TVs. I wonder if I could possibly borrow one off the manager. Or pay for it in full. You know, they're sort of sold out at Best Buy.
Now the monsters jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. Lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Wow. Mr. Narrator, you sure do go dark fast. Ooh, going up? Okay.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
For good, right? Yeah. From employee 1 to 142. From 142 to 52. Oh wait, no, that's 52 in particular. No, 521. Down here, the Ring of Fire. What they use this is, I have no idea. Maybe calling the devil. I have no idea. Go away. 5. 521. 521. 521. 521. Why is there duplication here? And what's this doorway out of here? Locked.
Look, Mommy, I'm on TV.
No, this is too unreal. And then 5 does nothing. I hope it did nothing. The system power.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Should I? Or would I be able to use it to my advantage? I mean, I could manipulate the mind of my boss to give me a more heartworthy job, possibly. Or maybe I could somehow use the system to have a bank heist, maybe? I mean, if Mesmerado is able to do it in the comic books, surely Stanley would be able to do it with mind control. Right, Mr. Narrator? You're not gonna answer, are you? Might as well. Blame me for being the hero. What just happened?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Do it?
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command.
Yes.
Freedom was mere moments away.
Yes.
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
Yes.
Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Congratulations, that was Beat the Game ending. Please note, I called it a particular ending because that is the true joy of this game. That is one in literally hundreds. I will be trying to complete all of these videos. I will be trying to complete every single possible ending within the Stanley Parable. I will try not to look at the guides, but if you guys know about an ending and know how to trigger it, let me know, and I will cover it in a later video. In the meantime, this is Bramnet from BBA Publishing saying we'll join you again next time for another adventure of Stanley's Parable. Of the Stanley Parable!